Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gam. That's
Hello.
Delete. I am Travis. It looks like we're starting the show out with Will Offspray
Yeah.
with his 1996
At
haircut.
least it's not curly this time.
His 1996
yeah.
haircut.
I told you that before. He was living in the 90s.
He reminds me of Leonardo DiCaprio in Romeo and Juliet around that time.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I had that same haircut, so I know.
Right?
Sure. I had that same haircut for 2 decades, basically. I'd keep it a little longer on top and, fade the sides in.
Mm-hmm.
Then Adam Pac-Man Page. Trash.
Anyways, the only
Always
person in
gonna
our
ask-
chat right now is Sophie.
Hey, Sophie.
Sophie says, hi, did you hear that Hulk Hogan's company wants to buy Hooters?
Oh, that's a great idea. And, go all in with the Hooters thing. That's
Like
the
actual
problem.
boobs.
They try to censor it and make it family friendly. Where those other ones, there's a few other bars that are like that.
Mm-hmm.
That just went all out. You need bombshells that actually look good in what they're wearing.
Yep.
And friendly.
Just have better security. We won't count people
Security
touching
for-
them.
It's a restaurant. Nobody goes to a restaurant to touch a butt.
People are weird, Travis. They do weird things. And it does happen.
They call the police and get them arrested. They don't need security at a restaurant.
They could have security, too.
What do you just call him? Cheers,
My dude?
Oh, dude. Shouldn't they be calling him bro? Is that the weirdest beer you've ever seen? Almost looks fake.
I have no idea. Is it somebody's beer? Is it his beer?
I don't know.
Why are we so interested in him bending down in his butt? Camera people.
His butts are nice, I guess.
Ew.
Those British asses.
I guess he doesn't like beer now. Remember when he used to drink beers out in the audience? Remember when he was kind of cool? Now he's just dumb. Okay, Sophie's letting you know that Rip to George Went, aka Norm from Cheers.
Nobody told me about it. I usually get some sort of information from somebody.
I didn't see it until late today.
And then, so I seen it last night. I sent it to you.
Oh.
On TikTok. You're like, I don't read your messages. But, anyways, they had that scene, where he's talking to Ted Danson.
About love.
Yeah, in the bar stool.
Yeah.
Oh. And looking at him, and I'm not being a dick or anything, but how he lived this long, no fucking clue.
Yeah, he lived until it was, 78 or something?
I thought for
like that?
sure he'd have been dead by the time he was 50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cheers is one of the greatest. I've seen it. I've watched it. I've binged it.
Yeah. He wants everything. I don't know what his problem is. He's talking about something.
Yeah.
So it says Zach Braff, the original star of Scrubs, is signing on for the rumored revival that was announced today. Piccolo says, aren't you from New York, Sophie? Like, aren't you hyped about the Knicks making it far in the playoffs? Sophie says, there are so many fans that are upset that there is no women's matches for Saturday night's main event.
That's
How many
weird.
is many? Because I don't really give a fuck. In the old days of main event, did they have women wrestlers when they did them? Because if they didn't, then good for them. Keep into that system. Why not? Keep it original.
There's very few women wrestlers ever in
Why?
my day.
Why contaminate it with gross? I mean, ugh. I mean, half the women they have on there are disgusting anyways. The ones that they would put on it would be gross. Like, they aren't going to put your fucking top-notch, yeah, this one's the one I want to watch, girls.
Mm-hmm.
They put your gross ones that you don't want to see. So he says,
Like
that...
the police, no.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't.
Piccolo says, Gabbers, what it do? Not much, Piccolo. How are you doing? Sophie says, I don't watch basketball, so I don't care. Piccolo's like, we still have Hooters bikini contests at our beach.
Well, there you go. And that needs to still happen.
I'm glad that Florida's keeping it alive, Piccolo. Piccolo says, oh, okay. And Sophie says, I'm watching Master Chef. Piccolo says, so Brunson is the face of the franchise, and tonight Madison Square Garden is filled with celebrities.
Real celebrities or just the Knicks fans? What's his name? That guy that's always Spike Lee or whatever. Is he still alive?
Yes, unfortunately.
Oh, Jesus. I'm like 99% sure the only show I've ever seen that he made was For the Love of Basketball or something like that. Or Basketball Love, or I can't remember what it was.
It's probably For the Love of Basketball. That sounds right.
It's got Ray Allen in it. That's all I remember.
Nice.
Unless he did Blue Chips. I might have seen Blue Chips. Just Shaq movie.
These people talking make me throw up.
Well, this can't make anybody throw up. You have an iron stomach.
Sophie's like, some football coach died today. I forgot the name. And Piccolo said to that, oh, good for him. I'm just kidding. That's out. I don't think that's what his response was to, but that's fucking hilarious.
So some coach died, like an NFL coach or a college coach or a basketball
just some football coach. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what branch of the football coaching it was, but they died.
Was he a high school coach in your local city?
Sophie says a couple of YouTube channels were upset that there's no women's matches.
No.
Oh, a couple of YouTube channels out of millions? Wow, Sophie, that is a lot of people. Who gives a flying fuck?
You can tell people now, I am so upset that there's no women's matches at Saturday Night Main Event.
You can add Travis. Don't include me in that, though. Only half of Wrestling Cab is upset. I'm fucking fine with it. I don't want to see the stupid bitches on it anyways.
I'm sickened by it. It would have been perfect for Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green to have a 45-minute match.
Piccolo says actually presses glasses to nose. The only woman I remember seeing on TV was Miss Elizabeth. Well, then we only need to see Scarlett, so there you go. I was talking women wrestlers, not just women. So he says WWE had a women's match at the last couple of Saturday night main events. Well, maybe they didn't get very good ratings for it, so now they're moving away from that. Piccolo says Ben Stiller, Spike, Denzel, John McEnroe, Derek Jeter, people like that.
Yeah, nobodies.
I don't know, Denzel's not a nobody.
I'm joking. They're all the New York crowd.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the Los Angeles crowd. John McEnroe's badass, but that other dude, that last one he named, no thank you. Oh, Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Jeter's the only dude that's in the Hall of Fame that probably shouldn't be. Although he did get 3,000 hits, so yeah, he's alright. He's a singles hitter. Although I did watch his last game, as you did too, because we watched it together.
Oh, yeah.
And he got a hit and won the game.
That's right. He's very passionate about believing and wanting his children to believe in him. Sophie says it's Marty something.
Oh, Marty Schottenheimer. That's where I'm at. I'm just seeing the date that he died is all. See if it was recent.
Or it was 10 years ago and they're just talking about it again.
Yeah, Marty Schottenheimer was the coach of the Denver Broncos and the Chiefs and somebody else, but he was a really good coach. Not good enough to win a Super Bowl, but still good. He was the one that held John Elway back for all those years from, like, being an elite. He was always elite. He's John Elway, for fuck's sake.
Right.
But the system wasn't
made for him. Hair dog's hair.
To show off his amazing athletic ability. dude gets drafted to like the Browns or whatever, and he's like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna go play for the Yankees." John Elway. He went number 1 overall in the draft, and he was gonna be number 1 overall in the draft for baseball too. Dude's phenomenal athlete.
That's funny.
He's like, "Oh, cool. No problem. I don't need to play in the NFL. Play third base for the Yankees. No big deal."
Pickle says, yeah, I have no opinions on that dude. Heard he bagged some hot women. Or was that A-Rod?
Jeter, my opinion, so this isn't truth at all, I think he's gay. My opinion. He always hangs out with pretty women, but he's more friendly with them than sexual. I don't know if...
he dated? Was that A-Rod that dated Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, Jeter's different. I mean, obviously A-Rod's a better looking guy and more famous, has way more money, all that kind of stuff. But Jeter, he dated the girl from Friday Night Lights. But he's dated models. Like, I'm pretty sure he dated Gazelle, or whatever her name is, Gazelle. But yeah, he's dated elite women in the modeling industry in New York. But has anyone ever seen him kiss a girl? Has anyone ever seen him hold a girl's hand? I don't know if he's married now, but if he is, does he have kids? And if he does, are they his? And if they're his, were they put inside of her by him, or were a doctor involved?
Alright. So he said Marty has a weird last name that is hard to write. You got it. He knows. People says he knew him as a coach for the Chiefs.
Yep.
So he says Bill McCarthy died as well.
No idea that.
People says, can I mention this dog was run over too? Oh, and this goldfish died? Sad days.
What the
It's true, people. Goldfish dying really makes me sad. So he says, did you hear what happened with AEW Collision this past weekend?
Did somebody die?
Did somebody die?
People
is like, whoa.
That was his last kind of girlfriend.
Never heard that. I mean, that would have been headlines.
That Gordon was all over. My buddy Gordon, remember? Because he was
Kelly.
He was a huge Yankees fan.
Yeah.
And he loved Jeter. And he's like, he's dating her. He's the one that got me into Friday Night Lights. You need to watch Friday Night Lights because of her.
Oh, she was in it?
Yeah, she's the main
That's
character.
funny.
Well, not main.
And she dated Jeter?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
For a bit. She's 44. She's old. These two are still in there? What the fuck?
He's still yelling.
Is Harley Cameron busy or something?
I don't know. They're still talking and
Where's Penelope?
talking about nothing, basically.
Feed me more. Feed me more.
What the fuck?
Remember Ryback?
Yes.
Oh, Osprey. I thought they were saying ball sack.
Might as well. Seems like A-Rod dated Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
And Sophie says, doesn't Jared Jeter own a football team or something?
Not that I'm aware of. He owned a baseball team for a while. He owned the Marlins. And then they made him... Okay. When I say own, very small stake in. But they made him the CEO of the Marlins. I don't know if he's still with them, though.
Yeah, that's what we all hope for.
I remember when A-Rod was in his last years in Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. He was making so much money that he could have paid the entire organizations for the Florida Marlins, their whole payroll. That's management all the way down through. But their league pay, like their professionals, were making something like $17 million. And he was making like 32 or something. Oh, look. Pac-Man Page drinking a beer, but swallowing it. Osprey doesn't swallow.
People says A-Rod, was he the one dating Halle Berry back in the day?
Probably.
I don't fucking know. People know who these weirdos date? That's weird.
Well, they usually put it on the ESPN. Dun-dun-dun.
So he says AEW Collision got cut a half hour early on Saturday thanks to Black Adam.
Isn't that The Rock?
Are you talking about Rock's movie? Or Rock himself?
The Rock says... Why? Oh my god, stop. They're still on my TV. I'm gonna walk up the ramp together.
Wow.
They
That
should
was a
just
good
hold
start.
hands.
20-minute start to a fucking shitty ass show. Congratulations,
Oh,
AEW.
now
You've
there's
really made the big leagues.
Now there's a cup. Jesus. Fuck. You get a participation trophy. So prestigious.
It's a stupid Owen Hart
Oh,
crap.
it's the Owen Hart crap.
People's like, I guess AEW's doing stuff. They're just talking. Like, absolutely nothing happened. So he says Nicolas Cage is going to play as John Madden in a biopic. Isn't he old? Too old to play John Madden? Isn't he going to have to, like, get a whole bunch of weight? What the fuck?
Hold on a second. John Madden is old. He might not be playing him when he was young. Although he looked old when he was young. In the 70s when he was
exactly.
winning Super Bowls. Do you know he was the coach of the Raiders?
Yeah, I think we've talked about that before.
Be like Al Davis.
So weird.
Just win, baby, win.
Indicators in the chat, though. Hey, Vin says, hey, how's everyone in Gaville doing ahead of another Memorial Day weekend?
Is it that this weekend?
Yes, it is this weekend.
Why is it so soon? Or is it in the middle? Okay, I don't know.
We're almost at the end.
Already.
It's the last Monday.
Are we going to use the deck at all this year? I need to know. Because if we're not, I'm not going to unpack it.
I don't know. It's on there. That should just be thrown away. I don't know.
It's up there. I mean, I have a treadmill up there. I really don't want to get rid of it. But we'll see. It's like brand new.
How many treadmills do you need? I'm just kidding.
One?
Did you get rid of the other one?
Only have one.
You had like two there for a while.
Why would I have two treadmills?
That one that your aunt gave you?
Yeah, I gave that to Ayla and Jaden.
Mm.
And then Brett gave me this one because there was something wrong with it. He's like, it was brand new. Like, I just bought it. And he's like, and there was a lightning storm and it fried it or something. So I bought a new motherboard thing for it. It was like $80 or something. Or $120. Maybe it was $120. And then it worked. It turned on, worked. And the guy, I called him and I was like, I'm not sure works. And maybe it's texting, but I felt like I talked to him. And he's like, put it at 1 miles per hour. And if it stays steady, then the motor's good. If it doesn't, if it goes, then it's bad. And I did. And I was like, oh. I was like, do you sell motors? And he's like, yeah, I usually sell it as a package for $200. But since you just order the motherboard, I'll sell you the motor for $80 because it's normally $120. And so he sent it to me, and then it works. Like, and it worked very well.
Vindicator says some intense stuff between the Cowboy and the Major Leaguer. Yeah, totally intense. Pico says Big Papi was a fun dude. Sophie says Raw wasn't that bad on Monday. Pico says, so fun facts about Pacers versus Knicks. They haven't played each other in the playoffs since 2000.
Was that the Reggie Miller, the choke thing?
Sophie says, did you see the look Dom gave Roxanne when she gave him chicken tenders? Yeah. Sophie says The Rock's movie. Oh, his movie.
He's so good.
Piccolo says Maria Maria by Santana was #1 in the Billboard. Gladiator was #1 movie in the box office, and Bill Clinton was our president. That's nice. 2000. It's interesting information to know.
Clinton wasn't our president in 2000.
5 million years ago.
I mean, he started the year out as our president. But 2000 was Bush until 2008, and then it was homeboy.
Yeah. Chubby says 2000s was a very interesting time. It was also the final full year. Both WCW and ECW were in business.
Yeah, sad.
Pico says there better be some pushing and fighting, or this is a waste of conference finals. Dude, this is stupid fucking shit.
When did this happen?
Which part?
They have belts.
Yeah, they're the trios champions.
Oh, we watched that.
Yes, we did,
Why
unfortunately.
is there only 2 of them?
I don't know what happened to the other guy, Hook. He died or something, I guess. He's probably injured or some shit. He was their third
Who's this
person.
guy? Oh, it's Swerve. Do you want a shirt like Nanana or what his name is? I like it. Could wear Torque.
No, they're good.
It's a nice little blouse.
No.
Swerve gonna turn on these guys?
I don't know.
I mean, he just barely turned babyface, so it'd be weird if he did.
Vindicator says, so Moxley not in the main event probably means the show will end with a chaotic promo. Based on the card, I think the match of the night will be Baby Mina defeating Julia Hart.
Ooh.
They're going to defeat him, huh? You already got it played out that Julia Hart gets the old loss, huh?
I don't know where to find the match card, so... I mean, I know you can go to their site, and they usually have it on there, but... I looked for it a little bit, half-heartedly, to see what was happening tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Leopold looks different tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you got that one.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till Leopold comes in. You jump up there and bite his ass. Where's he in here?
Mm-hmm. I don't know where he is.
Probably out there sleeping. This is a hell of a 6-man. Triple H must be booked.
Unless you left him in the room downstairs.
No, he walked out in front of me when I shut the door. Big clothesline there by Hobbs. Hobbs just manhandling old twin brother there, or whatever they are. Matt, Nick, whatever one's which. The white one that's all skinny, or the orange one that's muscular.
Huh. They all look the same to me.
The Jacksons? Yeah, but they're like one.
Sophie says, did you hear AEW All Out is going to Canada?
Oh, hell yeah. Canada's such a good place for wrestling. Great fans in Canada.
Vindicator says Darby Allin successfully climbed Mount Everest and never crashed through road glass at any point of the trip. Did he go all the way to the top, or was he just or did he peak early?
He went to the top.
What the fuck ever. I bet he didn't. I bet you he peaked early.
What does that even mean?
He didn't go all the way to the very top of Mount Everest. He probably just went to one of those stations, like the peak, one of those.
No.
There's like different
There's
sections.
no fucking way you would go up there and not go to the top if you were already all there.
I was hoping he would come back.
That's mean.
I was hoping he'd just be a dead body up there. It's what he wants. I just give him what he wishes.
Be interesting.
Just a Darby popsicle up there forever. They could be like, it's so famous. A wrestler died up here. Thinking he was cool.
Look at Leo's body there.
People was like, oh, I had mistakenly looked up AEW champions, and Garcia is still their TNT champion. Like, what the fuck is up with that? So he's like, it will be interesting what opens Saturday night's main event with only 4 matches. People's like, I gotta get cleaned up. Be right back.
Awesome.
Are you going on a date? What, we're getting cleaned up? Sophie says, did you hear about a fan that tried to kiss Saraya at a signing or something?
Oh, that's sexy.
No.
Did she kiss him back?
Not surprising. Who says it was a guy?
Oh, it could have been a girl, I guess.
She said a fan. That don't mean anything. Boy, girl. Nobody said. Don't assume.
Well, hopefully, and she enjoyed it.
Vindicator says, Adam Cole is the current TNT champ. Do they even have a TNT champ?
Yeah, Adam Cole, baby.
I feel like that's a lie. Does he even exist anymore?
Adam Cole, baby?
Not that I want to see that garbage on my television, but...
Yeah. Hey, better here than in WWE. If he's in WWE, he'd probably be the world champion. Don't forget what Triple H did with him.
It's bad enough that we don't even know who the real champion of AEW is because they don't ever show it and it's hiding in a briefcase and Moxley pretends he's not a champion, so... He's trying to, like, be like a CM Punk guy, like, I'm against the man and the system. He's a fucking dweeb. Like, what a fucking moron. Like, that makes me hate him.
Okay.
And that's probably what he wants, is people not to like him, but fuck, dude, who cares?
Okay. So, CM Punk was in AEW for 2 years. And now he's been in WWE for 2 years. Which one was more successful? I would say AEW. He's a champion there.
What do you mean?
One-on-one.
More successful about what?
For him. He's been in both companies 2 years now. Which one was better? Which one did he have more success with? To me, it would be AEW. Pee Wee Herman. All fun and games until he jerked off in a jerk-off station. Remember that?
Yeah. Ruined his life.
Who does that? I'm gonna go to a public jerk-off place
So?
and then get caught jerking off.
At least it wasn't children.
What's it have to do with anything? I'm not saying
What,
it was.
was he, like, watching women in the bathroom doing it?
He was watching
Where was he at?
a porn theater.
No, wait, a porn theater? He was in a porn theater? No. He went to a porn theater with hopefully women over the age of 18 at a porn theater? Oh my god, and he did stuff? Did he touch the girls? Oh no, he only touched himself? Yeah, that's real terrible. Poor guy. God, what a jerk. What a disgusting piece of shit human.
I don't know where you're going with this, but it basically ruined his career.
I understand that it ruined his career. The fact of what it is that ruined his career is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. But he was a kid's, like...
Was it a child involved?
Okay, so you're not understanding.
I understand where you're coming from, but I'm still asking, was there a child involved? I understand he needed to keep up a persona and all this shit and everything, and he thought, oh no, nobody will ever find out. It's a secret, it's a secret.
You can't have Big Bird going into a porn station and beating his meat.
I bet they probably do.
I'm just saying, you can't do that. Granted, he was not a puppet, but he was still that. He was still I can't think of another kid's star.
He wasn't Mr. Rogers.
Right. Mr. Rogers would never done that. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying that I get that he shouldn't... Okay, this is the thing. He had to keep up a persona. I get that. But they also have the right to have a private life. Now, the question of it is who told? Who took the video and who was like, you know who this guy is?
Pee Wee Herman.
So they wanted to make a quick buck and ruin somebody's life.
Right.
And then ruined other things because of it.
Right.
Because they wanted to make a quick buck off something.
Yeah. Did you know that Pee Wee Herman's Adventure is a Tim Burton movie?
Mm-hmm.
That's the craziest shit ever. So I've seen that and it's weird. And I always just thought, it's just weird. It ended up being weird because it's a Tim Burton movie. You ever seen it?
Pee Wee Herman's Adventure?
Mm-hmm. Where he's riding his bike. Dude, that's the scariest scene of any movie that I've ever seen in my entire life. Is in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
No shit. Like, and it was my age, it was what I was going through, all that kind of stuff. And it was just like a culmination. So it's like a kid's movie, but it wasn't. Large Marge.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the story of Large Marge?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Tell him Large Marge sent you. She's been dead for decades. And then she's like, ah! Her face is all. That was the scariest thing I've ever seen at the time. Sorry. You better hide it.
Well, I don't want you to do it accidentally
it
again.
Time.
It's just they're so close. I don't want you to accidentally do it again. Facebook says, oh, well, somebody didn't update their AEW Reddit page. And so he says, will Darby Allin make it back alive? Darby climbed the top of the mountain, planted an AEW flag. There's a picture of Darby at the top of the mountain. Mm-hmm. It seems like after, there's different tops to that mountain, right? Like, there's different peaks to
right, but there's only
mountain.
One top of Mount Everest.
Well, there's only one top, but not hardly anybody makes it up there. There's no way that little fucker made it up there. All the way to the top? No way.
He weighs 120 pounds. I'm
so
sure.
That doesn't mean anything.
I'm sure he made it to the tippity top of the top.
So he says it seems like after CM Punk got released from AEW, that Saturday show became nothing. It is like their version of WWE Heat.
Right. Or SmackDown when it first started.
Did you want to take this? And Vindicator says, so will you guys stream Double or Nothing or Saturday Night Trash event or neither? We're going to be doing main event.
We'll be here Saturday.
We'll be here Saturday for main event. That's it. Nothing else. I mean, I guess we could give, like, AEW highlight things or whatever, but nobody cares. Brandon Stevens is in the chat and says, hey, Wrestling Gab. Hey, Brandon. So he says, who are you talking about? You know who we're talking about. Paul Rubens. The only reason why is because we're watching AEW on Max. And he has an HBO documentary that he's doing. Anyway, Sophie says it'll be interesting how Sesame Street going to Netflix could affect things. Well, I'm going to tell you this, Sophie. It's pretty lame that Netflix decided to take over Sesame Street, which was supposed to be a free learning show on PBS, like free. PBS is a station that is free for everybody.
It's been on HBO for like a decade.
What?
Sesame Street.
Like actual, like, all the new episodes? Or is it still new on PBS and then they just play it on HBO?
It hasn't been on PBS for decades.
Are you serious? No way.
Oh, yeah.
Why is it not? Then why is everybody so upset about Sesame Street and PBS? Okay, so people were thinking that Sesame Street was going to be canceled because they were cutting funding for supposedly for PBS.
When McKenna was little, which was they didn't have it. So I don't know, and I know it was on HBO at that time.
Mm-hmm. No, because I don't watch. I didn't have those channels.
It was like 5 years ago.
No, I don't, because I never watched Sesame Street.
You're not understanding.
Just because you like to watch little kids stuff.
Here you go.
Freak.
Instead of listening. They had Katy Perry on it. And her tits were out. She was wearing a very low-cut shirt on Sesame Street. And so people were, like, crazy about it, pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
And so then Saturday Night Live did a skit of her. And so she came on with an even lower-cut shirt, was bouncing around. And
That sounds ridiculous. So she did it on purpose? So people
The
got
first
upset,
time
so
or
she
the
did it
second time?
the second time on purpose?
Absolutely. Yeah, on Saturday Night Live. To make fun of it. The first time, no. She just wore a shirt, and I guess somebody didn't tell her that her cleavage was showing.
So it did air on PBS after it aired on HBO, by the way. So the new episodes aired on HBO first, and then with PBS broadcasts following months later. But I'll tell you this much. So they're trying to say that the new seasons will be available on both PBS and Netflix. I don't know. My mom felt that shit wasn't educational, so I never watched that garbage. I didn't watch fucking Sesame Street. We didn't even get the fucking PBS channel anyways. We were in such a terrible area that we didn't even get the fucking free channel of PBS. How fucking lame is that?
PBS is for poor inner city kids.
Yeah, well, yeah. Not the country ones. Sophie says Paul Rubens was also Penguin's father in Gotham. I guess with Sesame Street and Netflix, they could get new eyeballs that they didn't get when they were on HBO. It sounds like Sesame Street will be exclusive to Netflix with the way it sounded like on the news. Huh? That's funny because I just read that it's going to be seasons on both PBS and Netflix, Sophie. Just like on HBO, it was on HBO and PBS. They just didn't air the new episodes until a couple months later. So they probably started the season of it on HBO for Sesame Street, and then later would play it on the other stuff or whatever. The chair jump out and get ya? Hey, they're back from that commercial break. Thank God. I mean, I was missing how garbage shit was happening on my television.
Sorry, I left drink.
He's like, yes, I want to touch your balls.
Backwards 69er. Would you call that a 67?
I don't know, but he's all up in his crotch.
He wanted it.
He's like,
bad.
smell my famunda cheese. He's like, oh my God, I love it.
Mm-hmm. The old smegma.
Oh, basically. What?
Oh, it just made me think. I forgot to put cheese on it.
Want me to go get it for you?
Yeah.
Want me to go get the giant thing of cheese?
Do you just want this?
No, I can just bring the cheese in.
Alright, he's got him in a little arm bar chin
Did you
lock.
feed Argus?
I didn't. Spider on the TV.
Why is there a spider on the TV?
I don't know, there was one last week too, remember?
Oh, was there?
We had a conversation about it.
Argus, do you need some food? You starving, Marvin, buddy? His dad likes the spider.
I fed the chickens.
He's like, surprise! I surprised him because he can't hear her.
Yeah.
He was trying to get food on the other side of his bowl, and I surprised him. And kind of.
Oh, so close to the tag!
Alexa, turn on the front room light.
Oh, yeah, butted him. Went down himself, though. Swerve might have got the worst end of that deal.
Not the worst end of his butthole.
Deal. Nobody said butt.
Bringing in the fake cheese. Fake cheese. Fake cheese.
Why is there fake?
I don't know. People call it fake. It's not fake.
Is it from a real cheese block and they just grind it into a little powder?
Yeah, it's Parmesan cheese. See? Parmesan
I
cheese.
I don't know. Parmesan is a place. And
It's a big giant block of
corporation.
like a wheel of cheese.
Do they roll it down a hill and people chase it?
Want more?
Yeah.
I was just gonna open the other side. more? Or that good?
That's probably good for the first layer. Just kidding.
For the first layer. Well, for the first layer of cheese.
It's like lasagna. Let's see what's going on here. Swerve rolls through.
Sophie says in a couple weeks, the revival of Phineas and Ferb premieres. The card of Saturday night's main event isn't that bad. Yeah, it's only got four matches on it. It's gonna be so great.
2-hour movie.
Joe is so fat he couldn't even almost make it through the ropes in time. He almost tripped and fell. His foot, because he's so tired, his foot caught on the rope and he almost fell. It was hilarious. I almost laughed.
So worth laughing about.
Yeah. People, is this Olive Garden? Did you like fresh ground pepper? No. But it's not quite Olive Garden because it's not freshly ground Parmesan cheese on a little thingy. It's not a piece of Parmesan and a little wheel spinny cheese grater thing.
Although now you can order and it'll come to your house. Olive Garden.
And they sell the cheese grater thing, and you can get it with some Parmesan cheese. Or rind of it, or whatever they call it.
Big Hobbs coming in, taking his clothes off. Oh. Went for that paradigm. Spine buster. 2 spine busters. Hobbs is giving out spine busters to everybody.
People is like, I want some lasagna.
A lot of people like lasagna.
Do you make your own? Or do you buy it? Or do you buy it frozen and then heat it up? People, it seems forever ago that I've had some OG. Some Olive Garden.
Stunner. He super kicked him. Double V triggers. Oh, that'll hurt your kneecaps.
Not the kneecap. Swerve got a pin on one of the Jackson bros.
Old Jackson. There's a beatdown going on in the ring.
It was like frozen, but my auntie from Huntsville made a great lasagna. Does her family, like her kids or whoever, have a recipe? You can always get a recipe and make it yourself. Might not taste the same, but it'd be kind of close.
My ciabatta. Is this their pay-per-view where they're going to be in England? Or is that in the summer? No, the one in the summer is going to be in Texas.
Mm-hmm. In July.
That'll be nice and cold. Can you imagine even trying to get off the bus in that kind of cold?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You touched his dick. Willa should not be allowed to wear either of those outfits. The tops or the bottoms.
So So it says they released a teaser for Zootopia 2 this week.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw Zootopia 1.
Really? I've watched it a few times. You haven't watched it with me, huh? Weird.
I know it's on there. Part 2 even. Like, in the future.
Right. So if it says, right, night, Double or Nothing got like 8 matches, what are the chances they will double it? 16? Meh. Robbie's in the chat. Oi, oi. Savaloy. You're ravioli. I don't know why you're trying to say something else. Pico is like, no idea. Huh, really? Maybe your mom knows. Oh, is it an aunt on your mom's side?
There's
Or
like...
is it an auntie from the other side of your family?
Thank you, Claudio. Jesus. They were bullying him. Yeah, that was bad. I haven't seen bullying like that in years.
Sophie says if Chris Farley didn't die, he would have been the voice of Shrek. And who knows how that would have affected the franchise.
It wouldn't have worked. Mike Myers is fucking classic. Like, he's just a really good actor.
Right?
And Farley would have been too over the top. They might have done a part 2, but I doubt it. Because he's so spazzy.
Mm-hmm.
That Shrek would be spazzy. It'd be hard for Eddie Murphy to be Eddie Murphy's character.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I want him to not be alive, but... Like when we were picking our top 5 Saturday Night Live cast, he was on mine.
Mm-hmm. He was like, Robbie, what you doing up in here? Up in here. And then people was laughing. And Sophie says, I think Chris Farley was starting to film Shrek like weeks before he died.
They're going to add a 4th member. That's what they're doing.
Maybe.
That's what he just said. Do you have any hand sanitizer?
Cheers. I take Jeremy very seriously. Sophie says Puss in Boots won't be in the next Shrek movie. Sophie says Mike Myers had to redo everything for Shrek.
It's okay. They hit a home run on that, by the way.
For Shrek?
Because Mike Myers is comedy. How it's drier. Is that English?
Right.
Style. He's not English by any means, but Austin Powers is, though.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Black would have worked too, but I don't know if he was acting at that time.
In 2000?
Like that style. He was in like that Orange County. He was a different type of...
Oh, yeah. What? Because you scraped your fork on the...
Making sure you weren't going to have some sort of a meltdown.
Making your noise over there.
The Big Hurt. That was his name. When he played.
Right.
So that link you sent me for that love seat, could you order it from there?
Yeah, but it would have been more.
Oh.
Because Odell's is running a Memorial Day sale.
I thought you said it was going to be cheaper than what it would have been if it was in stock. Not from what it was on the ad. Like $14.99 or whatever.
From the one you looked at?
Yeah, the one you sent me.
Yeah, that's probably if you got what it is, everything like that. So that color and everything like that is what it would have been.
Did you not like the color?
No, it's like a weird
The color out
taupe
there?
color. I don't know.
What'd you go with?
It's like a crew color or whatever.
The Hurt Syndicate. Oh, he's the fourth member. I guess MVP counts or something. I thought he was just a manager.
Should put him back outside.
Mm-mm.
I did get a color that wasn't in the cheap ones.
That's nice.
I didn't get one of these colors. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that color line.
That middle one's like our front room one now.
Yeah, that one. So I didn't get one of those, but I didn't go higher than those, that price.
I didn't know there's pricing.
$16.19. But it's that one.
Marine.
I told him that what we were planning on putting is carpet. That London fog. What it looks like. He had a swatch there. It was actually pretty. I liked it. Different. It'll go with black chairs. And it will go with the carpet. So it'll be a little darker than the carpet. So the carpet's going to be light, right? So, and the walls are light, so it'll kind of pop. And that piano will be light colored. So it'll be kind of cool that it's more of a darker color. But I didn't do like a, there's like other colors and shit, like 2,000. Like if you go further down, there's like fucking fabric swatches that are like way more, like over $2,000 and shit. Isn't there? that what
Not
you're in?
yet, but no,
Oh.
not yet. I'm sure there is. $17.99.
No. Yeah, but I got the, you know how we have the protection stuff on that couch? I did that. That was like $50. But I mean, with taxes.
I would have went with that.
So no shit. So
The
I was
the MJF couch.
right, the MJF couch. So I seriously was like looking at like I was looking at things like maybe not those ones, but like not necessarily this one, but stuff like this, like so like a pattern or some shit.
Like
I was
people.
like looking at patterns and stuff, dude. I was like, I wonder if there's like patterns and stuff. I was like, so I did. I like went through and like did like patterns and stuff, but yeah, like these paisley patterns and stuff like that, flowers and shit, dude. I was like, oh, let's see, look at this. Anyways. People's like, what was the last Mike Myers comedy he starred in? So it was like maybe Cat in the Hat. Mike Myers hasn't acted in a movie in a while. We're not talking about Mike Myers. We're actually talking about Chris Farley and Mike Myers together, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, not
Kikola? What was the last Mike Myers comedy he starred in?
I don't know when The Love Guru came out. I don't know when The Cat in the Hat came out.
Ravi says, I was chilling earlier watching football Europa League final, Tottenham versus Manchester United. Feels like, oh, I should have chatted with you about Boogie Nights. I figure that it's not your type of movie to watch. So Mrs. Mike Myers did star in that Jerry Seinfeld movie, Toasted, or whatever it is called. Ravi's like, Tottenham won 1-0 winners. Go Tottenham, Piccolo says. No clue who they are.
Tottenham!
It's probably Tottenham or something. Sophie says that live action How to Train a Dragon, they already announced How to Train Your Dragon 2 and it already has a release date like a couple years from now or something like that. Cool. Sounds lame. Piccolo says, oh, hey, they still have that lawyer guy on AEW payroll. Yeah, he's there. Robbie says, Monday I tried to stay up for Rob, but Penta put me to sleep after 2 minutes.
Oh, boy.
Chris is in the chat. Says, hey, guys. Hey, Chris. How's it going? Piccolo says, oh, my God, during the COVID era, do you remember when MJF was campaigning to be the AEW champion? I think that was the first time seeing this lawyer. Right?
He was Jade Cargill's manager for a while, too.
Yeah. Sophie says, I think there was a rumor.
That one, I don't know about that one.
I don't know who that guy is. Sophie says, I think there was a rumor at one point that they were working on the next Austin Powers movie. Piccolo says, comedies like that won't fly in today's society. Chris says, people think Cedric Alexander will show up. And Piccolo says, I'm unsure how this new Naked Gun will fare, if it'll be spicy as the classics. I don't think it's going to be spicy like that. I think it's just going to be odd. And Sophie says, the Naked Gun reboot looks interesting.
Yeah, they're going to have to find, like, an NFL player to play the part that may kill his wife one day.
No, they don't. They just pick some random black guy.
No, that's what... They gotta go stay true to this stuff.
What's funny is the one I saw where they're all looking and they're like, no, that's not.
Old Bob Lashley. There it is. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Guess I should probably be listening.
Yeah, that's why you have a stupid thing in your ear.
Uh-oh. Who's this? Sons? Something. Sons?
The Sons of Texas.
Dustin Rhodes. Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck off.
Why would they bring out the, like, worst wrestler on their roster?
Sammy and Dusty. I guess because they're having a fight this Sunday? So, he's talking for everybody now? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Sammy Guevara's a
I guess.
Southern honky.
I don't really. Sophie says, at least with the Naked Gun reboot, they are acknowledging the original movies because everybody is the son of the original crew. Chris says, LOL Bobby, reaction how I act when I have to sign papers at work. Tess Hickle is in the chat. Aaron Hernandez would play a good OJ for the new Naked
There
Gun
you
movie.
go. Right? If he wouldn't have hung himself, would have been perfect.
Pilo says, God bless Texas. Hassan Terrells in the chat says, guess what I did? A good job on Evolve. Are you guys ready for Saturday night main event and Sunday night after church? It's NXT Battleground and AEW Double or Nothing. I will probably not be watching the Sunday stuff. Good to know, though. But we'll be here for Saturday night main event. And Robbie says,
sure.
Monday, I had your stream on still as I fell asleep because I could hear Dee laughing. Oh, you poor thing. Because, like, dang, Dustin is the last of a dying breed. Dying being the main word in that sentence.
Right?
I'm not sure if it's a dying breed or if he should just be dead at this point.
Not to mention, he's like, what, 20 years older than Cody? He actually got to, like, be around his dad in the business for over 10 years. Or more.
Right?
Dude, why are you on the roster?
How about no?
How about no?
How about you go away? Like, why are you here? Why did you came?
Word going around the block is you like to hurt people.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
He said, jump me and hurt me. Pretty good promo, though, for an old man.
Robbie's like, they're her business. What a bunch of losers. Sophie says, Dustin Rhodes is like 15 years sober. Yeah, he does. He looks like he's sober. He's got the alcohol shakes. Chris says, earlier today, saw a YouTube video. Jake Paul opened a restaurant here in Houston and actually showed up. He signed a YouTuber's boxing gloves and he will give to one of his subs. Hopefully I get it.
Nice.
Do you have to, like, do something in order to get it? Besides be a sub? Sophie says, so basically it will be WWE versus AEW all weekend. Chris says, because all you had to do was comment 2XP and download an app they were promoting. Ooh. Sophie says, if you are a fan of both AEW and WWE, you have to choose which show you want to watch.
They're on different days.
Well, it depends, Sophie. I guess it depends on if you're paying for stuff, too. No, it's not. NXT has something going on this weekend.
On Sunday?
Uh-huh. Somebody said it earlier.
Yeah, I knew that. It's not a very good thing, but...
Well, nobody cares. Like, if you care about that, you're weird. Oh, Hassan did it. NXT Battleground.
Yeah.
And AEW Double or Nothing.
That's alright. I'll watch both. I don't give a shit.
Sophie says, if you're a fan of both I read that. Piccolo says, Sammy is like that tiny nephew invited to his sister's quinceañera. Sophie says, some former boxer that was a senator is stepping back into the boxing ring.
Okay, let's not act like we don't know who Manny Pacquiao is.
Who's that? Who's Manny Pacquiao? Like, I don't even know who that guy is. Like, what is he doing?
He wasn't a senator in America. He was a senator in his home country, the Philippines. Him and his dad have a very bad relationship. His dad ate his dog.
His dad did? What a nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, well, you're not going to take care of it. I'm going to eat it. Like, what the fuck, man?
True story.
Ooh, me too. Sophie says AEW Collision is going head to head with Saturday night's main event. Cool. Piccolo says, what? Pacquiao? No freaking way!
Yeah, actually.
Sophie says both AEW pay-per-view and NXT pay-per-view are both starting at the same time Sunday. Well, that's good. You guys should just have to have multiple...
It's Barrios that he's fighting too, so...
Just have to have some multiple things, I guess.
Mario Barrios. He's pretty good. It's going to be on July 19th. I screenshotted it from him.
No.
Look, that's Chelsea Green. Her title. It's her legs, just the top, her butt's right.
That's funny.
It's funny. It's not a scroll.
Right.
It's a screenshot. That's funny. But yeah, Manny Pacquiao, I'm back. He's getting a title shot in his very first fight back.
Not surprising. He's an old man. I don't know what kind of title he should be getting.
Well, if he was to win, he would get the WBC welterweight championship. Hoo, 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 hoo. Bless myself.
Bless you. Oh, let's see. Chris says, I guess I will have to make the trip to the Jake Paul restaurant. It's called Dig Hoss. Basically has hot dogs, burgers, sliders, wings, fries, tater tots, that kind of stuff. It also doesn't look that pricey.
Oh, good for him.
Sophie says you can't watch the AEW pay-per-view for free on Thriller if you are in a different country, since they are taking that away from them. Oh, no. Chris says, when is Pacquiao fighting?
The 19th of July.
Wow.
In Las Vegas, Nevada.
Who's he fighting?
Mario Barrios, the champion.
What weight class is it again?
Bantamweight. Super welterweight. What is it? Welterweight. So, 50.
Dog Hoss? Oh, sorry, Chris. Dog Hoss? Like Doghouse? But like Hoss? That's weird. Is he trying to make it German or something? Like, what the fuck?
Look, he's got his titties hanging out his shirt.
Why the fuck is he poking his boobies after? Oh, God. He's back without his friend. I guess he's taking the time off now and he's back. Hello.
Well, his brother or whatever he was is the best wrestler in the world. But never won one match.
Right.
Scissor
Hi,
boy.
cat.
See, I have no problem with gays being in wrestling. At all. None. Like, this doesn't bother. There's nothing. I have nothing in my soul that bothers me. He's gay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. I was just listening to what they were saying.
Oh, I don't have my microphone.
That he, like, reinvented himself or some shit. So.
Is he 15 degrees? Is that
I guess.
important?
He's been cooking for sure. So Billy Gunn took him under his wing and made him because Did they have a falling out with Max or something?
Yeah, they broke up.
I know they broke up a while ago, but like, did something happen? Like seriously happen that they just hate each other or something? Like, cause they don't do anything together. Max Caster like seriously got like blackballed for doing anything. He doesn't do his little rap shit anymore.
I know.
That was his thing, and now all of a sudden
Best
it's not.
part about watching this shit, to be honest.
It's so weird to me.
Now we got King Ricochet coming down. First ever stretcher match in AEW. Oh my god, that's why they're having the fight.
Why is that?
Scissors. Because Ricochet uses real scissors.
Oh, I see.
And then he's the scissor daddy or whatever. And so this is literally a scissor match. Who the real Scissor King is. Where's the manatee? Shouldn't she be wrestling by now? Somewhere.
Let's see, Sophie says, even though I lived in Florida, I haven't stepped foot in Hulk Hogan restaurant. Robbie says, Sophie, it's 2025, and with the internet, you can watch whatever you want for free. How do you think I watch AEW live on Wednesday when it's not shown in the UK?
It's not
Sophie's
free.
Like,
you don't. It's not free.
I thought Manny fully
you
retired
lose part
from
of your
boxing.
soul.
Not your soul. Sophie's like, I thought Manny fully retired from boxing.
Of course he did.
Picola's like, man, he's our age.
Yeah, he is.
I know Picola. But for sports, he's old. For sports, he's old. Mm-hmm. Chris says Bowens is just doing Chad Gable's thank you taunt. Tess says, do you guys think Joe Biden's long history of sick children contributed to his anal cancer diagnosis?
No.
Well, no. And it's not anal cancer, but okay.
Oh, he does not?
No, it's prostate.
Oh, I thought it was cold.
That went into his bone. Robbie says they saved this garbage guy for now. No wonder AEW is
Hold
fucked.
on a second. When you're the president,
I don't want to hear it right now. Don't even. It has been a thing across every social media you can imagine. The fact that all of a sudden he has metastasized fucking prostate cancer, and he supposedly was given a 100% bill of health when he had all of his fucking tests done and everything. I don't want to hear it. I seriously don't, because the conspiracy theories are running rampant about it. If the guy has cancer, I feel bad that he has cancer. Nobody wants to have anybody go through that shit, no matter what it is.
To go that far, because prostate cancer is slow.
Yes.
Like years slow.
I know. That's why everybody's like, there's no way that they didn't know about this sooner. There's no way that they couldn't have found this sooner. There's no way that he got a 100% check-off bill of health that he was perfectly healthy. There's no way because of now what it's supposedly at. So now everybody's conspiracy theory is, are they just trying to get, because they think that, you even said it a couple times, maybe he died years ago and nobody knew.
Well, the guy looks different. He has different ears and nose.
So that's what everybody thinks. So they're getting rid of the doppelganger,
Killing him off.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of shit just running rampant everywhere about it. The part about it that's horrible is the fact that, that he's sick in any way. Like that's, and the fact, and if that's the case, what's more disturbing and disgusting is the elder abuse that happened with this poor gentleman that they put him through for however many years now. Mm-hmm. Whether it was this last 4 or if it's been the last 8 or hell, even when he was the fucking vice president of the United States before. Was he
seemed to be
with it in a, kind of there and stuff during that time, or was he kind of off?
Well, he was even there to the debates at the first presidency. This second one, they were like, there's no way he can do it. That's why they had to poll him.
Right. Well,
without one vote being cast, by the way.
I know. You can try your hardest to explain that to some people, and they still don't think that their rights were all stepped all over. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, there should have been a Democratic nomination.
Yes, another one. Yes, they should have had. Yeah, things should have happened, and it should have just happened quick. Anyways, Robbie says they saved this garbage guy for now. No wonder AEW is fucked. As if he says, there a difference watching AEW on Max compared to watching it on TBS or TNT?
Yes, we have no picture-in-picture. No picture-in-picture.
You do not get picture-in-picture.
These are full commercials.
Yeah, if there's picture-in-picture on TNT or wherever this was normally played at, you do not get picture-in-picture on Max. Picola says, why? Rick O'Shea is a douche canoe. Robbie says, I heard something of the U.S. president, past sitting president. The Picola says, real Biden drinking Mai Tais in Jamaica.
So he's gay.
I broke the only rule, y'all.
He's like, so when I argue with my boyfriend, I can tell how he argues that he's never been punched in the face.
It's terrible. And funny at the same time. But terrible.
And he's like, so I have to get like in touch with my feelings. And that's gay. And I was raised in a straight family. And there's only one rule in a straight family. Don't be gay. I broke the only rule. That's actually pretty good.
Oh, Tess says Joe Biden had skin cancer removed on his chest in February 23. According to NPR News, most people who has had cancer would get regular screenings. They're supposed to. Supposedly, and as the president, you literally get regular screenings. And you have the best doctors, supposedly. Okay, we're gonna say supposedly you have the best doctors that money can buy, you could say, to literally tell you whether or not you're healthy or not. So it's all so weird. It's very, very strange. And it's hard to, like, not be kind of skeptical about some of it. But nobody ever was like, I want him to just die. It's like, nobody wanted that. We didn't. You know, there's a lot of people that didn't appreciate what he did in his presidency. But that doesn't mean that everybody's out there like, yeah, he got cancer, woo! You know, like, nobody wants to. And if you think like that, that's kind of wrong. That's a little bit wrong.
If you want a president to die, there's something wrong with you.
Like, it's like...
Like, literally get checked, because that means that you could do it. Which means that you could be an assassin, which means that you probably should just get a little bit of help.
Yeah.
Don't tell your therapist that you want to kill the president. But.
Yeah, it's horrible. But yeah, it's sad. It is very, very sad. To me, it's sad because if it is true, and let's say it is, let's say hypothetically it's all true that they're saying, because it's hard to believe some of it, but let's say it is. How gross that these people put this person out there and just literally abused this person and then lied, not only to him maybe, to everybody else that he wasn't sick and he could have been. Like, how fucked up is that? That's fucked up. That is fucked up. Like, that's gross. So, yeah. It's, definitely, yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time with it. But, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going around the internet about some of that and then what it is, so.
As long as it doesn't come up on anything I read, I'm fine.
It probably will now because you talked about
it. Right. Yeah, right when you said it, I was like, wait, hold on. When you're president, you have to get, like, biannual physicals and shit. Why does he have a gun? Oh, missed. Here it comes. Scissor me, daddy. I don't know what this move is going to be.
Yeah, like, what's it going to be?
Ricochet. Oh, stabbed him right in the face. Shanked him.
Not the shanking.
Here it comes. It's over now because nothing he can do. He got him with the spirit gun. I remember the spirit gun from the cheerleading squad.
Oh no, not that guy.
Ricochet did it with a pair of scissors. He sounds like Brendan Fraser on The Mummy when he yells. I'm the winner. Uh-oh. Look behind you, homie.
Oh no. This is where you're going, boy, he says. Oh my god. So backwoods crap right there. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
That's not going to go over well on the internet. That shit's funny.
Oh shit. Robbie's like, that's some real BSD, lol. This match needs to end pronto.
It's over.
Dustin's making fun of Joe is fun, but definitely not wishing death on the old pervert, regardless of any crimes or sick shit he has done. Exactly. Like, exactly. That's the point, right?
Might not
Like,
have a
that's
match
just
on
nasty.
Sunday. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's the lowest of some lows right there.
I'm not 100% sure he was a pervert either, by the way. I've been around really good men that are like solid, pure at heart that do that. Like have their granddaughter sit on their laps and just it's hard to be in like a
Okay,
father.
so well, yeah, there's ways to do it and there's ways to do it. Like, there's just not, like, the differences are there that are just, yeah.
Everything nowadays is just blown out of proportion. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Huh? Did you say yeah? Just say it. No matter what it is, it's blown out of proportion nowadays. Everybody's a pervert. Everybody's a child molester. You couldn't, like, if there was a kid walking in the street and there was a semi-truck coming, you couldn't go grab him and pull him out of the way or you're a child molester.
Right. There obviously says, in Sweet Dre, and the match is over. I don't know what that means.
I don't know who Raina Isi is, but she looked like she had a pretty decent body.
Who was it?
Raina Isi?
Oh, I didn't see her. I didn't look up fast enough. Oh, no. They better give it to Hater. Is that the end?
That's what they said.
Hmm.
But I mean, because she already has a match, it looked like. Unless that's on Saturday. You know, there is a way to tell if somebody is a chomo or not.
What chomo?
You know how they can do it? And it's foolproof. There's no way to get around it.
Mm-mm.
You couldn't fake it.
No.
MRIs.
Ooh.
Put goggles on them. Send them in there and show them pictures. You hear me?
Breath holding competitions?
That would be fun.
Oh my god, they like literally put a bucket on your head. That's fucking creepy shit. Look at that.
Sounds like an alien. go out. Wait till you pass out, because when you pass out, you'll dump it. It's awesome.
I don't know. That's kind of creepy, actually. Robbie says, Quitter versus Hater, whoop whoop, 2 cocksuckers in a match next. Maybe they should have made sure that it was...
What is that?
Supposedly a roof of a historic Ming Dynasty tower collapsed in China. It was built in 1375. Wouldn't you make sure that shit was good? Wouldn't you, like, do upkeep on that crap if you wanted to make sure? Well, that's the point, right? Like, if you wanted to keep it, they would make sure it was taken care of.
Yeah.
Instead, they're like, meh, we're just going to use it and not worry about it.
They're like, well, you can come fix it, but we'll kill you, so you don't tell people what's in here.
Right. This person was like, there was 650-year guarantee on this roof. It expired yesterday.
The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, live and stuff. All right. People's like, okay, once again, made my evening cup of coffee. Now you're going to have to drink all of it.
Yeah, at least a sip. Yeah, bring Daddy Magic with him.
Yeah, ever sign in his whole existence. Robbie says, put some whiskey in your coffee and then see how different AEW is to watch. Feels like I've seen a few funny reels, but they always seem to go one ear and out the other. It's true.
Yeah, there's not a match because they've got chairs. Yeah, the crap.
The crap. Nobody wants to hear the crap.
What's she going to be wearing tonight? Velvet? But is it a velvet top? Jamie Hayter. Does she have what it takes to win?
Again? Just kidding. She's never won it. But she has been a champion. Mm-hmm. A real champion. Ugh. So is it just yakking?
Yeah. If you listen to my voice, you would know that, because I already said.
Oh.
There's chairs out there. It's not going to be a match.
Oh. Let's see. Ravi says hater looking tidy in them pants. Go on.
Yeah, I wish they weren't so long-waisted. They look goofy.
Yeah.
I just don't know why they put a foot of fabric above their hips.
I don't know. Because it's not the style now. The style is to wear them to your belly button. Right under your rib cage.
Well, fans like her.
Do they?
They're still chanting CEO. She hasn't even attempted to do it.
Who?
Monet.
Ugh.
They said you've done something that she hasn't been able to do. So, has she had a match for the title?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm the underdog, then so be it. It don't matter.
Mm-hmm. Don't matter. I talk with a nice, wonderful accent.
'Cause it don't matter. Is that a thing? Sliced bread, was it really a thing?
I don't think
Like,
it was.
They just had bread and then all of a sudden somebody sliced it and they're like, oh my god, that's the greatest thing.
Yes.
That's like real.
Because they just usually sold loaves of bread. And you would just take the loaf, like, okay, so like, you know, the French bread that I get, and it comes on a big loaf, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll just tear it off. That's what they used to do. They used to not cut it or anything. They just eat it or tear it off, or chunks of bread and cheese and shit like that. It wasn't like, here's a nice slice of bread. They just were like, here's a big chunk of bread for you. Is that red?
Nope.
It feels raw.
From the arm?
Maybe. Piccolo's like, whoa, Biker Freddy out in the crowd. Piccolo's like, what's she saying, Ravi? Yeah, Ravi, can you tell us what she's saying? Can you listen to Hater and tell us what she's saying? I need you to translate it for me. Ravi's like, Hater, she has that slight America accent when she talks, but like Paige does, sounds decent on her. Feels like, bread. Miss our nights together all warm and toasty. Yeah, bread, toast with butter all over it. Cheese. Cheese. Cheese.
No.
Nobody cares. Oh, God.
Worried? Man.
And do you know who the hell you're talking to?
Oh, look over. Cat drug in.
Yeah, he's been here for like 10 minutes. Or more.
The beat.
Oh, fuck off, bitch. You ain't nothing. You're a fucking has-been quitter pants. Nobody likes you.
Remember when she was pretty?
No.
She's not that pretty anymore. I don't know what it is.
She got old.
That or she's just putting on some weight. Maybe it's hitting her face different.
Maybe. Don't care. I've never found her pretty, so.
Competition. These women should just celebrate each other and stop fighting each other.
Yeah, they just do that and
then
just
just
go
show
away or
us
something.
their boobs.
Yes, that too. First Instinct is in the chat. CP30.
Nice.
He first says, "Good evening." Good evening.
Evening. Should I do a British accent? Have to listen to Hater talk for 2 seconds first.
No. Talking. Good lord. What the fuck was that?
It's her laugh.
Is
sexy.
it? Jesus.
I got a question here for everybody tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets
She's
fat.
fat. Oh, did she lose a belt finally?
Oh. I didn't know she had 3.
She had 4. Feels like which horsewoman is going to leave the nest next? Good lord.
Probably Charlotte. I mean, Triple H isn't doing a very good job, so he'll probably just get rid of all 3 of them. Bayley would be fine to go. They're not using her correctly either. And if Becky wins the mid-card title, then she needs to go as well. Folded her. Oh, what's this? It's timeless. It's timeless.
So timeless.
She's so timeless.
So much on the time. Walter is here for after his meeting. He says, "Hi, Travis and Daphne, AEW Dynamite." Yeah. Hey, Walter. What's happening, buddy? Piccolo says to me, Bailey has an amazing hand.
This is the main event. Julia Hart and Sharikova.
Mina Shirakawa. Wow, good for them, I guess.
That means Vin can't leave. Although I don't think he's been here.
Yeah, he hasn't talked for a minute. He probably left or something. Piccolo's like, oop, business is picking up.
Are they doing another Sex in the City?
What was it?
I think it's Sex in the City.
Yeah. Weird.
They really have nothing anymore.
It's
Nowhere.
lame ass, dude.
Like,
I just don't even care. That's why I don't even care about TV. Like, the fact that people still talk about it sometimes and shit, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Like, and most of the movies anymore are so shitty that I don't even want to watch them.
And they're like, hey, guess what? They're going to reboot Cheers. Oh.
Barf.
Okay.
Wow. Walter says, Daphne, good news, won bingo. Got a Star Wars bag. Wow, a Star Wars bag. That's awesome. Okay, bye. See you Monday for Raw. Friday is Movie Night. New Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Walter, on getting to see Tom Cruise on the big screen. Robbie says, Tony Storm, by God, what a numpty. Does that mean bad?
Oh, yeah, like Humpty Dumpty.
Like, are you telling us that she's fat? Robbie, are you calling her fat? You're a jerk. That's really bad.
Or boring.
It's quiet.
She's hunting rabbits.
No, but look, there's a tiny little kitten.
Mm-hmm. Just in her house.
Just hanging out in her house.
Like, why is there cats in my house? Bug on me.
Yuck. What kind of bug? Like a gnat bug?
See?
Yeah, kill it. Let it live. Don't be like, stop. Bug. Weirdo.
Sure.
Robbie's like, Tony Storm, a flipping waste with that title. Piccolo's like, oh, I had a quick question like 2 segments ago, but I was brewing coffee. What was the question? Robbie's like, I bet Walter won't show up on Friday. What, Robbie? That's rude. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll come back after his movie and see us for a second.
Me and now. Not the big package. She beat her with the big package.
I love why people are retarded. The stupidity of people crack me up. Look what she's doing. Can you tell what she's doing?
Trying to open it with her teeth.
Oh yeah, she does it.
I think her tooth is already like that, doesn't it? It just looks like she had a shorter tooth.
Oh no, she broke it. No, she broke
Is there
it.
other videos with her with teeth?
I don't know. It's not on her thing. I don't know who it is. But yeah, that's the stupidity of people and stuff. Like, I don't want to break a nail. Yeah, because that's better. What? Alright, Piccolo says, if you had your choice to bring one AEW tag team back, who would you choose to be champions again?
Probably either Santana and Ortiz or Phoenix and Pentagon. It'd be either one of those two.
Piccolo says, I kind of want Santana and Ortiz, but the real choice would be Swerve and Keith Lee.
Right.
Tess says, how's Leopold, the prettiest kitty, doing this evening? He looks like he wants to get stoned. Maybe.
Yeah.
Need some catnip, buddy?
They tried to stone him once. Didn't work.
Well, he wasn't a witch. Robbie says, oh, do you laughing? And Piccolo's like, Tess, how do you know he's not already? That's a good possibility. He might have got into something we don't know about. Robbie's like, bring back Kenny and the Broom Girls.
Right? I could get on that bandwagon. With their clean sweeps. Whoop. pulling on that arm. See if she can dislocate that shoulder.
Yes. Break it. Just kidding. Yeah, that's it.
Julia Hart have a tattoo on her shoulder?
I have no idea. Maybe I wasn't looking. Why does it matter?
Because she doesn't need them.
Nina. Tess wants the Scissor Me Timbers. I would love to see the Acclaim get back together with dear old sweet daddy ass. Throw your scissors in the air. People says bring back Jericho and MJF show tunes. Rise like Dee wanted to be a broom girl. To be honest, Dee would have made a finest broom girl. So go get a broom.
The old clean sweep. Oh, kicked her right in the side of the face. But luckily I've left my dog in the car.
Oh my god!
Because it's so hot there.
Jesus Christ! Tony, that's probably not the things you should be saying, sweetie.
Julia Hart smacks her right across the chest.
Ooh.
Oh. Commercial. They didn't even tell us.
Jerks. I can't believe they would do that. And First has got scissors. Is First and Tess the same person? What?
Scissor me daddy. Old daddy ass. I feel like there's way too much time left for this to be the main event.
Possibly.
How's it gonna end? Talking?
Maybe.
Who's left?
To talk?
Mm-hmm.
So many.
Really?
I don't know.
What's the main event at the pay-per-view?
I have no idea. Pila says, what year was it when Sammy was a liability and concussed old Matt Hardy through a table? I don't remember.
21, 22 maybe?
The second year?
You'd have to see when they left WWE, but it feels like it was a while back. Oh, there's that comedy guy. Is he saying the same thing?
He's saying the same stuff. People's like, good times, Daly's Place. I mean, horrible. Just horrible. Remember when that guy, like, totally dislocated his elbow and they played it, like, 57 times?
Mm-hmm.
That was some good shit. Vinegar's like, Travis, who do you think would win a hypothetical match between Mina versus Io? In cuteness or actual wrestling ability?
Yeah, I mean, the WWE girl's better, talented-wise, but I would rather see this one.
Yes. Chris says, I like Julia Hart. Garrett's kind of like Alba Fire before she joined Chelsea Green. Robbie says, do you ever have cheese and broccoli soup? Just wondering what it would taste of. Well, it would taste of cheese and broccoli. Dude, seriously.
And soupy.
And soupy.
is the soup of
Robbie's fucking midnight meanderings in his brain hole. He's like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm thinking about soup. Cheese and broccoli soup. Yes, I have had cheese and broccoli soup. It tastes of cheese and broccoli. With some spices. And soup. Pickle is like, yes. Yes. Ah! He remembers.
break out through to the other side. Yeah. Oh, we're back. Julia Gulia.
Feels like French onion would be my choice, minus the Francie portion. The French part. Robbie's like, it tastes good there. Actually, it's not bad, Robbie. It actually is pretty good. Like, it's just it's basically just a cheese and cream based soup base kind of thing, and then you just add broccoli to it and spices to like give it flavor, because unless you're using a really flavorful cheese as your melty, and you want to use like a melty kind of cheese, but yeah, it's basically like making a cheese sauce, but more liquidy, more soupy like,
Right.
and then adding broccoli to it. That's all it is, really. That's all. I mean, some people add little pieces of carrot to it too. You can add carrot to it if you want to. I've seen people put like shredded carrot in it. But, yeah, so it's not bad.
Oh, Judas Effect. Knocked her clean out, I think. Oh. 1, 2. Julia kicks out. Yeah, neither of them like her.
Who don't they like?
Her.
Julia?
No.
Mina?
Oh.
Tony?
Tony, yeah.
Who doesn't?
Neither of the women wrestling. Are you not listening?
Oh, no, I wasn't listening to Sockface talk. Nobody likes to listen to him. Piccolo's like, Julia Hart is jacked, not gonna lie. Oh no, did she break her knee? We saw that happen the other day.
Monday.
Yeah. Robbie says, so with some crusty bread, you would recommend it? Yeah, hell yeah. Crusty bread with butter slathered all over it. Heck yeah. It'd be pretty delicious. What the fuck was that? Her shoulders weren't even down for that.
Up.
Lies.
Again.
He was like, you seen those back muscles. I wasn't looking at her back muscles. Sorry. Vindicator says, it is funny seeing Tony wear something my grandma used to wear to church. Well, she's got to wear something to cover up that fat ass she's got going on back there. She's got the pooch going. She's on her lax diet right now. She's not shredding or cutting. She's just eating.
Right. She's on a seafood diet.
So she's got the poof.
She did it. Beat her.
Mina won, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we knew she
Mina won.
She's going to be wrestling her on Sunday.
I'm not sure if that's really grandma material dress there, Vindicator. You know she has no sleeve cuts in the, like, underneath. It's, like, completely, like, cut out. Silly tart.
Maybe it's the fabric that he's talking about.
Oh, you mean because of the flowers?
Mm-hmm.
Like the pattern?
Mm-hmm.
Not wearing the drapes, you know. She's
Better
like,
for
oh,
her.
I like these drapes. These are nice. I think he means the whole thing. Oh, gosh, not the return.
Sky blue. Oh.
And her nightgown. That's so in her nightgown. She looks like she literally took a, what do you call it, tablecloth from the table, from your grandma's table, and decided to make a dress out of it. The fringe shit, that's the kind of shit that was on your grandma's fucking table from like the 1950s. Vindicator's like, I actually think Julia will be next to take on Tony after Mina. Probably the quitter. Robbie says, oh my, low blow, and now the entire women's division is out, of course. Hill. And Piccolo says, this is where Tony is barefoot all the time. Well, she's got to take her shoes off to do stuff. She can't. She had like these white high heels on. She can't do that.
She's trying to break her knee.
She all tried to help her, and now she's like paying the price. No. Anyways, Vindicator says, but anyways, have a weekend, everyone. Have a weekend. Yeah, we're gonna have a weekend, all right then. See you next time. Have a fabulous weekend, Vindicator. Hopefully you're not working for all of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy watching that, AEW pay-per-view. Robbie says, D, that dress would suit you, LOL. And Pickle's like, Mina Hitman Harp. What the fuck? I guess. Weirdo. Oh, good. This is the end of crap. Alright, everybody. That's the end of AEW Dynamite.
By the way, they are not doing Collision on Saturday. It is tomorrow.
It's a special night, just so you guys are aware. Nobody cares. Just kidding. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and watch. Oh, nope. Wait. What's happening? Something exciting? Oh, the Jackson 5 are leaving. Pickle is like, she did a spot that Canadians would be so proud for.
They're going to get.
Oh, no, not the trash can. Run away, Renee. Run away.
I was wondering how they could end it early.
Well, they could have.
No, they couldn't.
And they chose not to. And as Piccolo says, these jabronis aren't important. Exactly. Who gives a shit about this crap?
Oh, fuck. He hit John Moxley in the hand with that. See him holding his hand?
Oh, no.
He hit him with a fucking pool cue. Hard. Hopefully he didn't break his hand. That was Wheeler Yuta that did it to his own guy.
Oh, that's a... Oh,
he went to get Joe in the back.
That's funny.
Anarchy in the Arena this Sunday.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Robbie's like, LOL, that trash can, best use for it. This is very random, Robbie says. Yeah, sure, it's so random.
I want to see Moxley's hand this Sunday.
If it's broken, I'll swallow.
He's still holding it.
He's gonna have to have a brace on it. He can't be the champion anymore. Hey, you farted, you little stink pot. Stinky.
He winked at me. He said,
You got the stinks. You got the stinks. Got the stinks. Stink. Stank. Stunk.
He's hanging.
I hear your belly making noises.
He ate earlier and then puked it all up in the front room.
Oh, what kind of food?
Just his food.
Oh, he ate his real food? He ate his cat food?
Yeah.
Oh, how nice, buddy. Yeah, just up checking. Very warm and gross.
Here it comes. That pile driver.
With the piles of driving.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, how can we waste more of your time?
Didn't even phase Hobbs. Oh, Cesaro moves out of the way. He's like, I don't get into that. Good stuff. Just chaos everywhere.
Chaos.
Lost Talitha. She's
I was looking at food.
balls deep in her phone.
Might as well be. I don't want to watch this. They've already wasted 6 minutes of my life. Plus the 2 hours before that.
Oh, he's out. Oh, no. Somebody from behind. I don't know who that guy is.
It's
That's
that weird guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
Was
knows.
there last week.
He has no name.
Thank goodness he showed up. All hope was lost.
Yeah, he forgot to tuck his ears. People says a little junkyard dog rolling in his grave. Ravi said, was it wet food for the cat? No, it was dry.
It was dry.
Because like, ain't nobody using a chain right today. Yeah, you're supposed to use it to like fucking tow people and shit. So weird.
Yeah, that's it.
Ravi says, what would happen if a cat ate dog food? I don't know, he seems to do okay. He eats the dog's food. People says, guess the baddies will win. I guess.
Swerve on the table. One of the Jacksons going up top. I think we're going to see a frog splash. Here it comes. Kenny can't get off the table somehow. Here they go. Oh. Claudio's got him covered with the stairs.
Oh, jeez. He's like, let me put these chairs on you. No, Prince Nana, no. He's like, no. My swerve baby. No. Bleh.
Well, that was it. Now it's over. You have anything to say?
No, I don't have anything to say. We'll be back on Friday for SmackDown. Don't forget, if you're a big AEW fan, they are having a pay-per-view this weekend on Sunday.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Game.